Was saying, the Chief Procurement Officer, and it was quite shocking for him to say that what is termed deviations had actually become the norm.
Absolutely, Nompu. Well, this is one of the very salient points that we had actually been waiting for, because it is quite public knowledge about that Section 217 of the Treasury Act actually allows for deviations to happen. That is when, of course, Treasury says, or government departments ask for rules to be bent, if I may put it that simply, for contracts or for contracts to go ahead. Then there's also expansion, which also means, of course, that a contract can be extended, but obviously subject to the rules. When I looked at the website of the Procurement Office, Nompu, I noted around more than 150 deviations that had been recorded for the first quarter of this year, and around 253 expansions that have been recorded on the website. Of course, the Office of the Chief Procurement Officer, led by Mr. Willie Mathebula, they make this information quite evident, and they put it there for public consumption. But this is actually a very worrying situation. You also spoke about the impact of expansions of contracts and how that is limiting competition and new entrants into the market. Of course, knowing that government is a big spender of goods and services. I mean, they spend around 800 billion rands annually on procuring goods and services, and just by the sheer size of the procurement spend, it opens them up, of course, to a lot of corruption and a lot of rules not being followed. He did flag that as a major issue, that a lot of people actually do not follow the rules, and this is one of the biggest problems that is currently facing particularly the public spend or the public finances of the country.
Well, you know, I was listening to Advocate Kabashe. She kept on probing and pushing Mr. Mathebula about what role he plays to enforce and ensure that people who transgress the various rules actually, you know, he brings them to book. And he didn't seem to be coming to the party. It doesn't seem as though he's been doing much. What feeling did you get?
In fact, I got the feeling that there were a lot of loopholes, Nompu, within the Treasury system itself, in terms of making sure that people are brought to book. He also put to forward to us that there are rules when you go to court. The court, for instance, does not give you when you tell them that no, so this person has bent the rules, has not, so this tender was not followed, or this person has transgressed. It does not give you how long this person should be blacklisted for. So they tend to follow just a simple anti-corruption act in making sure that, you know, they try to come up with some sort of way of remedying that situation. But basically, he was saying that there's a lot of loopholes and a lot of things that could be fixed within the National Treasury system itself, and that could be looked at. But he did say that they're actually working on strengthening those. And you're right, Ms. Liabo pressed him on that, on the issue of monitoring and compliance by National Treasury itself, and it does look like they also have some loopholes that they could be closing in order to strengthen themselves, to make sure that when tenders don't comply with the rules, they have, so to speak, teeth to take them to task.
It does seem, Liabo, that this is going to be a very long inquiry. I mean, he's the first witness, and it looks as though he's going to be testifying for the whole day. How many people are expected on record to speak in this inquiry, and do you think it's going to take 2 years?
By the looks of things, unfortunately, Nompu, I cannot say how long it will take, but a lot of people have said that it's likely to take between 7 months and 2 years. And at this point, we do not know how many state witnesses, or rather people who are going to lead or give evidence are there. So at this point, we really do not know, but it does look like we're going to be following this for quite a long time.
All right, Liabo, thanks very much for your report. As always, that was Liabo Setho reporting from the State of Capture Enquiry.
Schooling has been disrupted for second day at Opelweg